Freddie Rubino here with the Fred Rubino Podcast. Happy 4th of July. I got my red, white, and blue on. Drinking a little water. I was just outside. I'm like, what time is it? 8 o'clock. Oh, I got a podcast to do. So, we're going to do the podcast right now. Thank you for joining me. Thank you everyone who came out two nights ago to the great show in Brooklyn. We raised money for the Children's Heart Foundation. Thank you, Vito Antifermo, for donating your time and for signing autographs with people. Unbelievable. What a great fucking guy. Great guy, I mean. And I will be playing at Villa Roma the 13th of July. I will be playing in Domenico's restaurant in Long Island in August 19th. One price show, dinner, dessert, coffee, tip, tax, one price. So meet me at Domenico's this August. We'll celebrate the summer in full swing. And I'll be a couple other places too that I don't know yet, mostly in September. Today we're going to talk about that the fires in Canada are still affecting 10 to 20 states in the United States of America. Okay? United States of America. That there's people who can't breathe, there's children with asthma who can't go out, who end up in the emergency room. Okay? This is not just a stupid little thing that, oh, it always happens, it goes. No, this is unprecedented in the history of the United States. On the West Coast, it happens a lot, okay? But it doesn't happen countrywide. And now it's happening again, and they're saying that this is going to be the summer. This is it for the summer, all the smoke. What the fuck? Why can't we do something about it? You know why? Because they don't want to do anything about it. They will compromise 100 million, 200 million people's health just to forward global warming or some kind of green bullshit story. And it's unbelievable. Just, you would think I wouldn't be outraged or surprised after the shit they pulled with COVID. After all this shit that it's experimental and it's gonna... First they said, listen, we're the experts. Just listen to us. If you get this shot, you won't get COVID and you won't spread it. Dr. Fauci, World Health Organization, that woman who's got fired already, every major outlet, every single person who was pro-vax said at that time, it ends with you. If you get it, you can't spread it. That's what they did. And it was a lie. Okay? We all know it now. Okay? We all know it now that they came out and they said, oh, you need a second, a booster, and you could spread it, and you could still get it. So you would think after the biggest con job in United States history, that I would be numb to this, to the fires. What are you going to do? No. Let me just walk you through it, and I'll tell you why this is such an outrageous thing. Number one, it's a fucking fire. It's a wood fire. How the fuck is it not out yet? Listen to me. First of all, besides that, Canada is this big. Canada is this big. Let's just say. Let me just say. Look. Canada is this big. Okay? This is the United States. This is the North Pole. Do you know where all the people in Canada live? Right here. Right on the bottom. Because you can't go up here. It's too cold. It's uninhabitable. It's forest. All 99% of the people in Canada live right here. What the fuck are they breathing in? If the fires are here and people down here the people are, right down here, Can't breathe. Can't go out. It's the worst air quality in the state's history, in Chicago's history, in New York, in New Jersey. New Jersey's history. You know how bad the fucking air's got to be in New Jersey for it to set a record for being bad? It's got to be like fucking solid. It's got to be like you can't even walk. It's like, that's how bad it is, okay? So, how the fuck are people in Canada alive if the fires are blowing right on them? If I, in New Jersey and in New York, could not go outside because I had a hard time breathing, how are people in Canada alive? How are they not in the street? How are they not going to the fire to put it out? We got a couple of fires in Nevada. You know what we do? We send every fucking fireman from New York to California. They go in, they're in. A week later, boom, it's out. Heroes, they go back home, they have a patch blue ribbon. Okay? Why the fuck isn't Canada doing anything about it? Here's my point. How could it be so bad in the United States and not be unbelievably damaging to the people in Canada, and how are they putting up with this shit? What the fuck is wrong with you people in Canada? What does it take? Cancel a fucking hockey game, I bet you there'll be what? Number one. Okay? Here's another thing. If it is affecting, which it is, half of the United States, I'm talking about half the United States, I'm talking about New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Chicago, Missouri, Kansas City, Jersey, did I say Jersey? All the way down to Georgia, the Carolinas, Virginia, Tennessee, the whole half of the United States. Not even mentioning the West Coast, because they're getting it too, but fuck them, they're the West Coast. But what I'm saying is, once it affects this country, I don't give a fuck what it is. Once Canada affects half of our country, we have to do something about it. We have to do something about it. Where the fuck is the leadership of this country? We have planes. Every state in the United States has at least one helicopter or plane that gathers large amounts of water and dumps it on large fires, usually for forestry, okay? Why don't we send 50 of those fucking things, 100 of those things, and tell Canada, listen, sorry, it's blowing over the United States. We're not doing this shit no more. Your fucking asshole Trudeau can't put out a fire, we'll put it out. Once it affects us, we should fucking just go in and put it out. We're not bombing them. We're going into uninhabited woods and putting it out. Why the fuck aren't we doing it? We're just going to sit back day after day and breathe in the most toxic fucking air our state has ever seen? Don't you know there's elderly people who are suffering? Don't you know there's children with asthma? Well, every inner city has a higher asthma rate because of the pollution. Every inner city, in the black communities in the inner cities, the asthma rates are twice as what it is in suburbs and other places because of the pollution. Do you know what the asthma rate, you know what this smoke is doing to these fucking kids? Why isn't anybody doing? I want the president to say, tomorrow we are going to put out that fucking fire. We're going to send 20 firemen from each state, it's 1,000 firemen, and we're sending 100 of those planes and helicopters that scoop it up, and we're going to put the fucking fire out. And we're going to charge fucking Canada the next time. This one's on us, okay? Make believe it's the Ukraine, okay? You're concerned about the fucking kids in the Ukraine, but we're not concerned about every inner city kid from Chicago to fucking Atlanta that they can't breathe. Okay? That's the shit that this country has turned into. It's turned into, I don't give a fuck about the country, ball of shit. That's what it's turned into. So, this smoke is half the country. You get it? The helicopter comes, it picks up like 2 swimming pools worth of water from the Great Lakes. Has anybody fucking 5th grade geography? There's a fucking lake so big. There's 5 lakes that are the biggest lakes in the world. One of them is bigger than all the rest. It's called Lake Superior. Take some of the fucking water and dump it on the fire. And then it goes through the fucking earth and it goes back into Lake Superior. It is the most green fucking thing you could do to solve a problem. Putting water on fire. Since the caveman, that's what you gotta do. If you need a bunch of fucking people who have to sit around and scratch their heads and say, what should we do? What should we do? Put water on it. It's a fire. Okay? Now, if you're not infuriated enough about this, and that's a simple fucking problem. We're not even helping. We're not doing nothing to do it. Okay? So there's 2 more things. Number one out of the 2. There are people in New York now. Now, during all of this, kids can't go out. There's kids from all over New York City. There's 10 million people in New York City. The majority are children. They can't fucking breathe from these fires. Do you know what the mayor says? I don't give a shit. You know what he wants to talk about? He wants to talk about some fucking guy who got choked in the subway. That's what he wants to talk about. He doesn't want to talk about the fucking million children in New York that can't breathe. Okay? He doesn't want to talk about it. Do you know what this guy had the balls to come out with and say? He's going to pass a law to stop coal and wood burning pizzerias because that adds to the air pollution. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. The mayor of New York City, during the worst air pollution crisis the country has ever seen, instead of speaking out about it, he says we gotta close pizzerias or tax them $100,000 worth of equipment because they make pizza with coal or wood. Number one, how many fucking pizzas do you think the guy makes that he's gonna pollute the city of New York? You got people peeing and shitting in the streets. And you're worried about the pizza man? You know why he's worried about the pizza man? I'll tell you why. Because he's Italian. And Italians have been being fucked with from the minute this country was started. We don't say nothing. We form our own little organizations. We protect ourselves. And we flourish. But they're coming after it. This is an Italian thing. Don't fucking sugarcoat this shit. If it was fried chicken joints, there'd be marches in the fucking streets. Okay? It's not. But there's no air pollution from fried chicken. Okay? Fucko. That's number one. Number two. What? That's it? That's it. Just pizza joints. Just pizza joints? That's it? Burger King. Walk by any Burger King in the United States, in the world, and you will see at their chimney black smoke coming out. Oh, they flame broil it, and all you see is black smoke. You know what? That's good. That's okay. You know why? Because that's in bad neighborhoods where they can only afford fast food. Let the smoke choke them out. Who gives a fuck? That's okay. How about the fucking, the smoke pit, the barbecue pits? Shouldn't barbecue coal be against the law? Let me get this straight. The pizzeria on the corner can't make pizza, but the 500 homes around it could get charcoal briquettes and wood and lighter fluid and make the biggest fucking smoke cloud they could make, and that's okay. Just the mere fact that they're still selling charcoal briquettes make this fucking law the biggest bullshit anti-Italian law that they could pass. Okay? What else could it be? What else could it be? Let me ask you another question. You go down in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, and Queens. These fucking guys, they got the falafel stand. Hey, falafel and shish kebab. All you see is smoke fucking pouring out. You could have a shish kebab and falafel stand on every fucking corner in Manhattan. But the pizza joint, it's gotta go. The pizza joint, where the guy hires people, he buys stuff. He doesn't have a little fucking cart that he wheels. He's got a home, he's got a brick place. He's got ovens that already cost 80 grand. It's a big scumbag anti-Italian move. No one can convince me of it that it's anything different. Okay? There's smoke. Oh, you go to Manhattan. Oh, barbecue smoke. These smoked turkey, smoked brisket. Where the fuck does that smoke go? Up your sister's ass? Bullshit me. That's a bullshit thing. Every fried chicken joint, they have smoke. Every Burger King, every falafel stand. Stop the bullshit. Now, getting back to the fires in Canada. Okay, which, let me just say another thing about the pizzerias. Not all pizzerias are burning coal or wood to do it. So there's just some small amount. There's such a small amount. That's what you're fucking doing? This is typical Democratic politics, okay? There is crime. Oh, you can't take the subway. My kids can't take the subway. I gotta fucking pay for Ubers and shit. I will not let them take the subway. People are getting raped on the subway. People are getting murdered on the subway. One guy, an ex-Marine, protects the people on it. Let's indict him. Let's put him away for 20 years. That's typical Democratic policies. Everything's a big bullshit, money grab bullshit story. And it's all a big smoke screen to take away from them stealing blind. The ex-mayor of New York stole $800 million. You know what they did to him? Oh, gods, nothing. They asked him where it is. He says, I don't know. That was it. Don't pay your taxes next year. When they come for you, they go, where's the taxes? Say, I don't know. See where you are. Yeah, you'll be like this. You'll be in solitary. Okay? That's the big bullshit. It's all masked. It's all a smoke screen for you not to see the real fucking bullshit that's going on in the world. Now, there is a thing about a controlled burn when it comes to Canada. Now, Canada gave up its right to do anything about these fires once it blew over our country. Now it's our problem. There are places, there's things called forest management, okay? It's a big department, and there are experts in managing the forest. And they say, look, there's this amount of dead leaves. There's this amount of dead wood on the forest floor. There's this amount that is, that. I'm not an expert. I just know the very simple basics, okay? So they say, okay, you know what we got to do this year? We got to go in there and burn that up. So that if it collects in 2 or 3 years, it's not out of fucking control and we can't put it up. California used to do that all the time. And you know what? There was never big California fires. They had things called controlled burns. Now, they stopped doing that right around the time Donald Trump became president, and you can't do nothing. The governor of each state has to do it. And Donald Trump said, listen, you got to manage your forest like you used to do. You got to do the controlled burns. You got to, otherwise it's going to be out of control. And they go, don't tell us what to do. It's the environment. It's global warming. And he said, no, you've been doing it for 20, 30 years, and you just stopped doing it, and now the fires are out of control. He proved it, and they wouldn't back down, and they don't do it. Canada took the lead from that. And you know what Canada did? Canada stopped it. I want to see the head of the management, of the forest management of Canada. I want to see the forest management heads of the United States. I want them live on TV, CNN. Get off your ass. Take the cucumbers out of your asses. Stop talking about Trump, his 87th indictment, and half the country can't breathe. Get the answers. What is Canada not doing and allowing this to happen? Who is at fault? Whoever's at fault, whatever they're doing, is not working. Let's change it. Let's send our fucking planes full of water on it and let's put it out. No one's even talking about it. You know why? Because it's all the climate bullshit. So CNN will not want to go get to the bottom of it. Because if they get to the bottom of it, they'll say it's not climate change. It's these assholes will not manage their forests. And where's the protest? Where are all the Greenpeace people? Greenpeace, don't you think some of this smoke is going into the water? It's killing the animals. If it's killing us, it's killing birds. It's killing animals. It's killing your sister. It's killing a lot of wild animals out there. And no one gives a shit about that? Where's the ecology people? Where's the green people? Don't you think if you were part of the green movement, you would be so fucking outraged that smoke is killing wildlife like crazy and inner city kids? No one gives a fuck. So, to wrap this up, Uncle Freddy's telling you it's all a big fucking scumbag move to forward the green movement, telling you that it's because of some kind of global warming in Canada. Do you fucking think northern Canada is warm? If you're so stupid to think northern Canada is so hot that it's causing fires, and there's no fires in Florida or Texas, then you are the biggest moron that there is. If you know someone who actually believes in this green thing, call them up right after this and say, Fred Rubino says, you're a fucking moron. Okay, that's it. Because it's northern Canada. It's the coldest place from the bottom of South America, from Chile. Remember it was Chile? Now it's Chile. Get out of here. All the way up to Canada. The coldest place of inhabitants is northern Canada. Okay? If you think there's global warming there, and that's what's causing the fires, you're an asshole. They're doing it on purpose to forward their movement. They don't care that millions, listen, there's 10 million people in New York. Most of them are children. There's millions, tens of millions of children who cannot breathe in the inner cities of the United States, and no one gives a fuck. As long as they could get funding for some green bullshit story, that's how much they give a fuck about you. And Uncle Freddy loves you. Have a great 4th of July. Be independent as much as you can. Remember, it's Independence Day. Light fireworks off. Make it as loud as you can. Okay. Oh, there's fireworks for sale down the block. Next to the pizzeria that can't make a pizza because of wood, they're selling fucking fireworks, sulfur fucking clouds. That's the bullshit story. I'll see you guys at Villa Roma. I'll see you guys Domenico's in Long Island. I'll see you guys in Staten Island coming up, and in New Jersey, the Comedy Cove. I'll see you guys soon. Uncle Freddy loves you. Please share.